Welcome aboard to Utopia of the Seas, the cruise ship that is so big it has its own zip code. Join us as we take a train ride to the Wild Wild West, try a slide that nearly ate me alive, and discover a robotic parrot that I think may have a little bit of a gambling problem. Did this floating city of dreams live up to the hype, or is it just a big boat with a bigger bar tab? Well, grab a drink and find out. I've seen some lines in my day. Airport security on a Monday morning, the queue for the women's bathroom at a New Kids on the Block concert. But this was like trying to get on the newest Disney ride during peak times. Only instead of a whimsical journey, you're just inching towards a vaguely nautical themed metal detector. Thankfully, these lines moved quickly. No need for a fast pass here, because that's the last thing the cruise industry needs. Another way to drain your wallet faster than a tequila shot during spring break. Though let's be honest, if they offered a skip the line and get immediately drunk pass, I bet most of you would mortgage your left kidney for it. After the security pat-down that probably revealed my deepest, darkest secrets, we were finally able to board the ship. And then we finally set foot on the promenade deck. First thing I see, a sculpture of tiny spheres, artfully arranged to resemble seashells. My immediate thought was, oh great, they finally solved the toilet paper crisis in Demolition Man. Look at Sherry's smile. It's as if she discovered the fountain of youth. Or maybe she's just really good at blackmail. Either way, I was scared and excited at the same time.
How do you feel?
I feel I'm at home. I'm in an Oasis ship. It's brand new. It smells so new in here. Like you walk in, it smells like you would smell a brand new car. That's what it smells like in here.
And the hunt for the mustard station began. I guess Dick Tracy finally traded his car for those royal points he wanted. In our infinite wisdom, we decided to not check our suitcases. However, the entire stateroom area was closed off, which meant for the first hour of our luxury cruise, we were two highly enthusiastic Sherpas, dragging our entirely worldly possessions around like a couple of mini semi-trucks. Sherry was not pleased.
We try to drop our bags off in front of our room, but they won't let us. So I think
we're going to just take our suitcases up to the Windjammer instead of just dropping them off into the hallway in our stateroom.
we don't need to check it getting off, but we need to check it going in. Because now we're stuck with these till 1 o'clock, and it's 10. So we can't really walk around much because we have these heavy suitcases.
But still, it's not bad. We got in very quickly.
Yeah. We are in 3234.
Took us a journey to get there. Show them the cards. Look, special colored theme.
Purple. And your stateroom attendant will deliver luggage beginning at 3 o'clock.
Let me see if I can do this while holding a camera. At the same time.
This is very similar to our room on Ovation.
What? I thought we had a balcony.
No, I meant like the layout.
This is similar to Mariner, no? Didn't we have a...
Yeah, but I'm talking about the whole layout of the room with the TV.
I like the light. I like the amount of light coming in.
An ocean view. Oh, you can see some ships over there.
Actually, this is probably our first ocean view cabin, I think.
This is like a porthole. What do they call these? Porthole?
Porthole, not a pothole. Jeez.
But you can, I know on the Carnival ones, you can kind of sit in the...
No, careful, you're gonna fall.
And you get a lamp on each side that has USB and a plug. Then you have a phone.
There's USBs there?
Yeah, there's one USB and a plug. Yeah.
An American style plug, electrical outlet.
Then you have one.
There it is. It's a better shot there. Oh, it's USB Type-C. It's a Type-C connector. That's nice. It's very modern.
The room is still smells new. You have your safe.
There's the wireless router right there. So hopefully the signal will be strong.
A hang up. All your hangers are over here. They did not give us robes. Normally we get robes. You have a
Electrical thermostat.
your shower, which is nice. You seem a little bigger.
Nah, it seems smaller to me.
Wider.
I'm comparing it to the reflection. Well, the shower's wider.
I think claustrophobic.
The shower's wider, but then the area outside, the distance between the wall and the toilet.
Yeah, it's very little. Very little room. You have a little couch.
Couch is actually bigger than I thought it would be.
Yeah, a little couch. Then you have your USB up there.
More outlets. So it has 2 American-style electrical outlets, European-style. Then it has USB-A and USB-C. That's very nice. That's C in there. Switch, and then another set of electrical outlets. That's nice.
And then they give you a list of the shows.
Paper.
And then they give you just a flyer.
Flyer.
And then you have your refrigerator.
Cooler. Nothing stocked in it, but decent size. The rest are just drawers.
And that's really it.
It's weird. Like I think something's missing in this wall, right?
Yeah.
Normally it's probably the TV, but the TV's over there.
And that is room 3234 Ocean View on Utopia of the Seas.
Later that day.
After dropping our bags and shoveling down some questionable buffet food, we headed to the Lido deck for the traditional sail away party. The Lido deck on Utopia is like a drunken urban planner's fever dream, split into 2 distinct halves with this weird horseshoe-like layout. It's all swimming pools and hot tubs and lounge areas, all bathed in this new, aggressively cheerful hot pink and blue color scheme. It's like a tropical fever dream threw up on a Miami dance nightclub. Now, typically a Royal Caribbean sail away party is a low-key affair. They're like being in a corporate team building exercise. But this time, this was a whole new level of crazy. I don't know if it was the cruise director that was secretly a cult leader, or the DJ spinning the tracks that made you want to commit minor public indecency, but these passengers, they were operating on a pure level of unfiltered joy that I haven't seen since a dog found a dropped slice of bacon. People were dancing, smiling, and acting as if they just discovered a cure for the Mondays. There were conga lines on a Royal Caribbean ship. The fabric of reality was tearing. I swear, I thought we had been teleported to a carnival ship. You know, where fun goes to get a little too comfortable, if you know what I mean. I'm usually more of a sit down in a quiet corner and judge everyone kind of guy, but even I couldn't help but get a little into it. So if you're thinking about skipping this one, don't. Or else you might miss chance to see humanity at its most beautifully uninhibited self. As an Oasis-class ship, Utopia is packed with all the usual suspects. A hot tub-filled adult solarium, a bar that levitates you into a state of semi-consciousness, and a zip line that lets you pretend you're a majestic bird before you realize you're just a person strapped into a harness. But the true new jewel of this floating city is the Abyss Slide, a 10-story monstrosity that starts at deck 16 and spits you out down to the boardwalk like a human cannonball. Sherry took one look at it and gave it a hard nope, and then immediately started planning her next meal. As for me, I stood in line questioning every single one of my life choices. I mean, climbing into the mouth of a giant mechanical fish is always a good sign, right? The view from the top was intimidating, but at least it's a dry slide. They give us these delightful little friction pads, though to be honest, the whole ride was a little bit of a letdown. And that's because I got stuck. I mean, like full on mid-slide, I am one with the tube stuck. If that had been Sherry stuck on the slide, she would have called the Coast Guard and started a GoFundMe page for her rescue. And no, I didn't get stuck because I'm too fat. It was a friction issue. It was absolutely 100% a friction issue. At least that's what I tell myself late at night. Then there's the other unique ship attraction, a Caribbean-style tiki bar on the Royal Promenade deck called the Pesky Parrot. But the real star of the show, or so I was told, is a robotic parrot who moves and talks to guests. I was genuinely excited to see this marvel of modern engineering. But then it started moving. Its movements were as stiff as my grandpa's joints after a long car ride. It was like a rusty 3CPO had a baby with a retired Iago from Disney's Aladdin. At one point, I was convinced it was going to ask me to give it a 10 out of 10 stars on the ship's survey, or else it won't be able to support its distant robotic bird family in Disney's enchanted tiki room. What you got here?
This is the peanut butter peanut on the Pesky Parrot. It tastes, it's not very sweet, but it has a peanut butter taste. It tastes just like peanut butter with a hint of coconut in it.
You taste the pineapple?
No.
Is it good?
It is good, but look, it looks just like a pina colada. And it doesn't have a strong peanut butter taste either. So it's very light. It's a very light drink. I like it.
You like it? Where are we?
We're on the other side of the Focus Gallery, and they have a little like walkway that you wouldn't even, there's no chairs over here, but this is a good spot that no one really knows about. Come stand and watch any of the shows they have down the road.
Or just people watch?
Or people watch. Yeah. It's right across from the Cafe Promenade, but up a level.
Now, maybe I've been on too many celebrity cruises where the staff treats you like you're a distant, slightly embarrassing relative they have to tolerate, but I have to admit, I miss the cheering. You know, the glorious, soul-affirming roar the staff gives you every time you enter the Windjammer Buffet. It turns a simple act of shoveling food into your face into an event. I mean, if my kitchen staff, which mostly consists of just me and my crippling self-doubt, cheered every time I raided the fridge at 2 a.m., I'd probably be a much happier person. The Windjammer on Utopia is laid out like a horseshoe, which is great for crowd control and slightly less great for my crippling indecisiveness. It's got a solid variety of food, which is good, but I've got to be honest, the quality felt a little meh. I've been spoiled so much by the bougie, highbrow food on Celebrity that this was a bit of a reality check. It's not that the food was bad, it was just not a religious experience. It was more like, yeah, this will do, which for a buffet is probably the highest compliment you can give it.
What is that? Touchless?
Yeah,
Oh, they're touchless fountains. You wave your hands.
place cup below and tap to pour.
Ah, very nice. Very modern. And hygienic.
Yeah, isn't that cool?
They have some decent juice options here. And of course, they got the Coca-Cola fountain stations.
A lot of people want to know what flavors they have in the fountain.
All right, what flavor?
So, if you ever get just the soda package or you get the refreshments package on Royal Caribbean, you will get a cup like this that comes with your package. And then they have this machine. And what you're going to do is you're going to fill everything with ice. These are all the different flavors.
All right, yeah, keep going.
Okay. And then you're going to, so if you want Coke, put it here because there is a microchip under here. Red with your number.
Yeah.
It tells you how long you have the package.
Okay.
And these are all your Coca-Cola flavors.
And then look in the middle, your cherry.
Yes, my cherry vanilla.
Cherry vanilla, she's going
And then
crazy
if
for.
If you want Sprite, we'll give you all your different
All the
Sprite
different
flavors.
Sprite flavors. All right.
So yeah, if you ever want to try, this comes with your package on Royal Caribbean. We are in the main dining room on deck 3 of Utopia of the Seas. And I got some side of bacon with an everything bagel. And then I got the lox with cream cheese, cucumber, pickled onion, and capers.
And then we got some danishes. And we got some juices. And then, you know, I got something very rare, very specialized, very exclusive. Very exclusive. You know what I got? You guys got? Just a bowl of Cheerios. So that's our breakfast.
We came back from our day at Coco Cay today to two things on our door. We have got the Caribbean Telegraph Company has sent us a message. The royal family cordially invites you to Utopia Station for a one-time departure. Doors open 20 minutes before the departure time indicated on your ticket. The train leaves on time and cannot offer late seatings. Sightings of the World Bunch Gang are on the rise, so please give yourself enough time to arrive safely. Signed, the royal family. And that's what it looks like. We are going to the Wild Wild West tonight. Woohoo! So we will see you in just a little bit. You gonna wear a cowboy hat, Bo?
Next up, the Royal Railway Utopia Station. A dinner show so exclusive it's harder to get a reservation than it is to get a decent night's sleep with a toddler. We're talking about 2 train cars, 24 people each, with a price tag that could probably allow you to bring another person onto your cruise. It's supposed to feel like a luxury train trip through the Wild West, and the whole thing kicks off in a waiting room that's a dead ringer for an 1800s train station. Actors are walking around, moving fake dynamite boxes, all looking very authentic.
All right, and we're just waiting for our cart.
Yeah, this is our train.
What'd they serve you?
There's moonshine in this, right?
Moonshine.
Moonshine.
Ooh,
Apple moonshine.
moonshine. Very nice.
This is apple moonshine. It's good. Can't taste the alcohol in this. This is a dangerous drink.
Yeah. So they just gave us this menu, and it's in the shape of a map right here.
Tell me please, any food allergy?
Now let me go into a regular Zoom. There we go. And they gave us this other sub menu here. These are for appetizers and entree. And then here, this detailed map here is, I guess all the locations we're visiting throughout the train ride. Oh yeah, there's a drinks menu here. A wine, beer, soft drinks. Very nice. Oh, and they have a train safety instructions on the back. Cool. And something that I noticed is right here. See a bandit? Put your hands up.
So good.
I wonder that's a little bit of foreshadowing. I noticed, like, even the silverware is so fancy. Look at that. Royal Caribbean sign, I guess. Look at that. Very fancy silverware. I don't know if the camera can pick it up. It's having a hard time locking in, but it's also nice. You know, it's the small details like that. Makes you feel like you got warped back to the 1800s. So what happens if, like, someone needs to go to the bathroom? Do they stop the train? Pretty much stuck in here? Wow. You're taking like 1 million pictures of the menu. Oh, there's a tongue coming out.
Once you on board, the train cars actually move, and the windows come to life with these virtual desert-like views. At first, it was pretty cool. I mean, it's basically Epcot's concept of Space 220, the restaurant, but with less space and more tumbleweeds. But then you start to notice the pixels. If you stare at the windows long enough, trees start to magically appear and disappear, and the whole thing starts to look less like a train ride and more like a PlayStation 2 cutscene. The entertainment is a cowboy story about a train robbery, acted out by people in a space so tight that they probably have to share a toothbrush. The actors were giving it their all, but that dialogue was pretty darn cheesy. I mean, pretty sure my dad cringed about 3,000 miles away while they were telling some of these dad jokes. It felt like a kid's show, but in a space where kids would be constantly asking, "Are we there yet?"
Tell the folks what happened.
So there was a box back here. Put up slammed down. Just like crap out of it. And then this tiny people over here stared me in the eye and pounded on the table.
It's interactive theater, my dear. You're part of the show.
And then there's the food. The dishes looked great, but the taste was a bit of a letdown. It was a 5-course meal that tasted more like a 2-course meal from the main dining room. Don't get me wrong, the food looked amazing. Seriously, they were all worthy of a post on Instagram. But the taste, it was just fine. The kind of food you get in a regular dining room. So you're paying a premium for a virtual reality show with a bad script and the food you can get free elsewhere on the ship. Now that, in my opinion, is a Wild West robbery.
Alright, we just got back from the Wild Wild West train ride.
So
What are your initial thoughts?
it's definitely a one and done for us. It was good. There was a story with it, which was good. So it was like a dinner and a show. The food was good. My entree, I had the short ribs. It was a little salty, but I mean, I would recommend it. I would definitely do it once, but I don't think it was worth going back, is what I'm getting at. But the experience was pretty cool.
How was the window view?
That was cool. I liked it. I felt like I was kind of like on a ride at an amusement park. Because you could feel the seat moving and you can feel see the screen moving. So it really felt like you were riding in a train.
And what about the actors? How were they?
The actors were good. It scared the crap out of me, but the actors were good. It was a great time. I would definitely recommend, if you've never done it, to do it.
Speaking of entertainment, let's talk about the main shows on this floating city. Now, I don't know if it's my crippling weakness for cute girls on ice skates, or the fact that my internal organs have been replaced with a 10-gallon drum of pina colada, but I'm a total sucker for these ice shows. And Utopia's latest, Utopia, did not disappoint. It's a trippy odyssey through different imaginative sets, all choreographed to a soundtrack that's so diverse it feels like a DJ had a nervous breakdown. The stage uses state-of-the-art digital projection that turns the ice into a giant, beautiful, slippery screen. The stunts and choreography are incredible, and during the time of this recording, if one looks closely, you might spot the famous cruise vlogger and ice skater, Jordan Balfe. It was a treat to see her perform live. This is a must-see. Seriously, get there early if you want to have a seat close enough to feel the wind from their spins. If singing and dancing are more to your speed, you'll want to check out the all-in production show in the Royal Theater. It's not a Broadway musical, but more like a chaotic concert with talented singers and dancers perform the hits from the 70s all the way up to today. This show is a special effects bonanza with lasers, digital screen effects, and whatever the hell this spinning thing is, and even air drones. I'm just going to give you a quick disclaimer here though. Sherry and I only saw the first few minutes before we had to bail for another show. But let's just say that we heard from some other friends that this show was less than memorable. And that, my friends, is the real villain of the story. The lack of time. Trying to get to see every show on this ship in 3 days is like trying to cram a year's worth of bad decisions into a single weekend. It's a scheduling nightmare. And trust me, you need a plan. Or just a really good therapist. Now, it's time to get to the main event. The one thing that made this whole cruise trip worth it, in my opinion, and that is Aqua 82. This is a diving show that will have you digging out your old mixtapes. It's Olympic diving meets Circus du Soleil, all backed up by a soundtrack of pure, unadulterated 1980s gold. For anyone who thinks they've seen these dive shows before, trust me, you haven't seen aerial acrobatics or crazy water stunts set to Duran Duran. The choreography is high energy, the stunts are insane, and the use of water fountains and projections and colorful lighting is extremely good. If you want to see a show on this ship, make it this one. Seriously, if you only want to see one thing, make it this. This show alone is worth the price of admission. And for those of you who don't mind a little splash, I highly recommend sitting on the first 2 rows. It's the best way to get a little closer to the action and find out what it feels like to be Shamu in SeaWorld.
Good morning. It is Monday morning at 7:30 a.m. We are about to head off the ship. What'd you think, Boo?
It was a good trip. It was a great ship. I feel like the ship is slightly different than the other Oasis class ships. And it's like too big of a list to mention here about just the subtle differences, but a lot of it is just very subtle, you know. But for the most part, it's like most of the other Oasis class ships. All in all, still enjoyed it.
Yeah, I thought the same. I think the only big differences is all the parties. Most of the layout is the same as any other Oasis ship. And it's very go, go, go with all the parties. So it's not more of a relaxed, well, it is, it can be if you didn't want to do all the parties and stuff. But there really isn't a lot of quiet areas like there is on any other Oasis ships. I would say the only quiet area was our room. Right. And that was really it. So, well, we hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you in the next one.
Wait, what about this room? How did you enjoy this room and this port, this view?
So, this one over here has adapted to liking an ocean view room. His favorite used to be inside. Mine still is balcony. But the room was fine. I didn't have any issues. The water was a little weird in the sink. Like when it dripped, you could hear it in the shower pipe. It was kind of weird. But other than that, we didn't hear any hallway noises or people next to us or anything. So I would suggest this room. It is on the 3rd floor, so you are closer to the water. We could hear the water kind of rumbling through the window, but
yeah, it was cool to have this kind of view, right? This low in the ship.
Yeah.
Quick, what about the temperature in the room?
It was like cold, hot, cold, hot, cold, hot. It wasn't and we had the thermostat set all the way down, but it was cold, then it was hot, then it was cold.
I think it was mostly hot for me, right? And we had it like all the way to the lowest setting, and late at night I'm just waking up with sweat. It was a bit discomfort. Yeah, bottom line, you know,
there's a little cargo ship next to us.
Yeah,
that's
there
what
is.
You see.
You do see interesting views from this deck. But yeah, I think that's my only complaint from this stateroom is not so much the view, but really just the temperature and the thermostat and how low it can go.
All right, we got to get out of here because they're kicking us out. But y'all have a wonderful day, and we'll see you in the next one.
See ya.
See ya.
Hey guys, make sure to subscribe, smash that like button, and click the notification bell.